Pata manufaa zaidi kutoka kwa Chan 2024 mubashara na kipute cha kipekee kwenye runinga ya KBC Channel 1. Mwenzio wa dhati michezoni.
Welcome back and thank you for staying with us. Now, the 97th Kenya National Music Festival have officially kicked off in Meru County, bringing together students in a colorful celebration of artistic talent and cultural heritage. Speaking at the opening ceremony in Meru School, Meru Governor Isaac Mutuma emphasized the festival's significance in promoting local culture, youth empowerment and national development. The Director General of the Ministry of Education, Elias Abdi, noted that the alignment of the festival with the competency-based curriculum or the competency-based education, which encourages learners to explore diverse talents and become job creators. This year's festival, themed Enhancing the Creative Economy Through Artistic Expression for Sustainable Development, will end on August 16th. The winners will perform before the President at Sagana State Lodge.
Creative economy through artistic expression for sustainable development speaks to the future of our country. Today, creativity is no longer an extracurricular afterthought. It is central to national growth, cohesion, innovation, and identity.
Kenya has partnered with the Islamic military counterterrorism coalition to boost the country's ability to combat terrorism financing and money laundering. The partnership, officiated in Nairobi County, will include specialized training courses. The counter-terrorism financing training will enable stakeholders involved in combating terrorism to detect and disrupt illicit financial flows that support the lifelines of terrorist organizations through a combination of legal knowledge, modern technology, and international cooperation. The training, slated for December 2025, will include representatives from legislative and executive bodies, financial and regulatory institutions, as well as civil society organizations.
Amongst the most serious challenges threatening the security and stability of the country, they do not stop at undermining the economy, but we see that they extend beyond the financing acts of violence, and they also weaken development efforts and hindering the achievements of security. And hence there is importance of this course, which actually we seek to empower spouses with the necessary tools to confront these crimes, and also to come up with best practices to detect and effectively control them.
The multi-agency nature of the course portrays that the fight against terrorism financing must be integrated and coordinated at all sectors of government in order to harness our comparative advantage of all the different ministries, departments, and agencies.
Institute a unified and organized front to counter terrorism.
Residents of Konza in Kalama, Machakos County are now living in fear after a wave of livestock theft during recent months that has left them counting losses and enduring sleepless nights. The residents report that in the past 2 months alone, they have lost at least 2,000 animals. They are now appealing to the government to reinstate anti-stock theft police units in the area.
Hakuna boma hapa wanaiba. Na wasiwe wamekata kwa shigo na utubo na wanakunywa dabu na wanakula hiyo utubo. Sasa inatushida, maana ya kufanya hivyo ni nini?
Na hizi livestock sikipotea hazipatikani. We have a system, hawa watu wanakuja kuiba ni kama wanajua hiyo mboma, na how they get in, nobody tells how they get in. Na wakiingia wakianza kutoa kama ni livestock kama mbuzi ama kondoo, wanawacha wamechinja moja ama wanachinja mbili ama wanachinja tatu. kuna mahali wamechinja 7 na wanakata shingo na wanatoboa mashimo.
Over 2,000 patients suffering from bone and joint complication continue to benefit from a 1-week free orthopedic medical camp currently underway at the Njoro Adventist Mission Hospital in KBC County. The initiative is spearheaded by the Njoro Foundation.
By Wednesday morning, more than 1,500 people had registered for the free orthopedic treatment at the Njoro Adventist Mission Hospital as numbers continues to rise. The medical camp, a partnership between the hospital and the Njoro Foundation, is providing critical interventions to patients who have endured bone and joint conditions for years, largely due to cost and lack of infrastructure.
The team here is coming in to basically offer non-surgical treatment of some of the most common orthopedic ailments. So you think about things that affect the knee, the hip, the shoulder. And then we're also taking care of some of the fracture patients.
The week-long camp is offering both surgical and non-surgical interventions to patients who have struggled for years without access to specialized treatment.
The cost of healthcare has always been high, and the living standards of our people, actually we have a population that is basically poor. And some orthopedic cases, when you do them without such an arrangement as this one, they go to an extent of 500,000 and even beyond.
The camp is open to all age groups. Patients who have traveled from as far as Mombasa and Nakuru expressed gratitude but called for more doctors and longer camp durations, citing overwhelming queues.
Na kama inawezekana wawe wakileta jambo kama hili ndio watu wasiwe wengi sana wagonjwa. Waweke vituo aina mbalimbali ili wasaidie watu.
Aaron Marie, Lunchtime News.
In an effort to turn research into real economic value, Kenya is stepping up initiatives to commercialize innovations from universities. This approach aims to boost job creation and ensure that academic research delivers practical outcomes. Speaking at a research and innovation forum, stakeholders from various sectors reaffirmed their dedication to this goal through an entrepreneurial leadership training program. Now, the initiative is part of the national strategy to turn research into market-ready products with a focus on training university vice-chancellors and their deputies. The program aims to transform institutions of higher learning into innovation hubs by introducing entrepreneurship-focused curriculum, allocating funds for commercialization and strengthening connections with the alumni and industry players.
So we have had an opportunity to listen to a number of universities that have gone through a program, both of capacity development for entrepreneurial leadership and also for the development of institutional master plans for innovation. And we've looked at what is it that has been achieved over the last 1.5 years or so that these master plans have been in operation. And then we are also going to be adopting another 11 universities that also will go through the similar process of designing their master plans based on a maturity framework that we've customized for the country.
Today I have witnessed the universities coming forward with ideas. They already have some innovations. They have already had trademarks that have been registered. The only message that came in this morning is how can we do upscale, scaling up this, and that's why we will definitely need what I want to call seed money so that we can be able to move from research to commercialization.
We are talking of taking our biogas production, which is another innovation, towards commercialization, something that we never used to talk about before we started this journey. So the sky is not even the limit. The journey has already started at Masai Mara University, and watch this space. Thank you.
More than 90 young people from the Bongwe and Gomba areas in Kwale County have received special training on coping with stress and psychological trauma. The training targeted young people drawn from the areas affected by drug addiction and criminal gang. The organizers of the initiative, dubbed Njoro, called on the youth to promote a culture piece, self-identification and steer clear of affiliation with criminal gangs.
Tusikubali kutumiwa na watu. Mtu akutumie kwa wema, mtu akutumie kwa manufaa yako wewe mwenyewe, mtu akutumie kwa kunufaisha familia yako.
Kikundi cha Bonge kimewahusisha ili kuwapa elimu na pia ile trauma healing ambayo wamekuwa wakipitia.
Nilikuwa tankiwa na matatizo, yani siwezi kuongea, lakini kupitia hizi session niliona usibaki na matatizo yako tu mwenyewe, unaweza kushare kwa mwenzako.
The Njoro Sub-County Administration has denied claims of planned eviction by police for over 300 families from a disputed Ngongeri farm in Njoro. Mokin, that is Patungi Njoro Sub-County Commissioner, denied the claims that police plan to evict members of the Mosem enterprise from the 2,600-acre piece of land in Njoro, noting they are only interested in providing security. Mosem enterprises have been embroiled in a fierce legal battle with the Egerton University over the ownership of the expansive land, which has been at the center of confrontation between the police and the community members.
Ng'ombe za hawa sikikuja kulisha hapa, sikija kula majani hapa, sinakamatwa, lakini hizi za Wamasai zenye zimetoka Girigiri na Laikipia haziulizwi chochote. That is injustice of the highest order.
Nataka niseme kwa sababu ya hiyo mjamaa ambaye alikosewa, it was a mistaken identity because hatukuchua ni nani. It was somebody who was not in uniform. Tuko na maskari wengi hapa, they are friendly. Kama kazi yao ni kumaintain law and order, sawa. Lakini askari ambaye anakuja wakati kesi iko kotini, what kind of conflict of interest ako naye?
Hii shamba iko na wenyewe, na mambo ya hii shamba iko kotini. Kama kuna mtu yoyote anafikiria kukuja kwa hii shamba, aende kotini, apewe court order, atuletee hapa.
Garissa County Governor Nadhif Jama has hailed the local county assembly for its role in providing oversight on his administration. Jama spoke when he presided over the launch of the ultra-modern assembly complex, where he termed the assembly's support as instrumental in shaping policies that push the county's progress forward. While thanking the governor for his support in setting up the complex, County Assembly Speaker Abdiaziz pushed for the respectful interdependence between the executive and the legislature.
Si hii iwe ya mwisho kwa kusaidia assembly ya Garissa. I know the coming days, His Excellency the President will assent to that bill where the assemblies will be autonomous. But before that, we need still your support.
Institutional or constitutional separation of powers between the executive and the legislature are clearly understood and respected, not as a source of friction, but as a framework for balance, accountability, and cooperation.
Over 400 Samburu residents have benefited from a 3-day free medical camp organized by the county government in collaboration with a team of Spanish doctors as part of an urgent push to ease access to healthcare in remote regions. The camp is set up in some of the most undeserved areas of Samburu County, offered general treatment, distributed essential medication, and conducted community sanitation awareness. The CEC, that is Nasir Lekurere, says the initiative is response to the long-distance residents must travel to access medical services and an ongoing crisis in the region.
Tayari tulianza medical camp siku 3 iliyopita, na tayari tumetibu zaidi ya watu 400 kwa dispensary ambayo inaitwa Njoro. Pia wametuletea madawa na pia kuna machines wametuletea kutoka Spain, na hiyo itasaidia County Referral Hospital. Na pia tumekuwa na mzungumzo nao kuhusu mambo ya visiting specialist. So in future ama baadaye tunaweza kupata specialist kutoka Spain, watakuwa wanakuja hapa kwetu County Referral Hospital kupeana specialist care.
Kando na huduma ya afya, pia tunafanya registration ya SHA kwa wale ambayo hawajafikiwa. Kwa hivyo tunahimiza sana watu wetu wajitokeze wa register SHA.
Tumeweza kuregister, tunashukuru sana. SHA tunasikia tu, lakini hatungeweza kufikia, lakini kwa sasa tumeweza kuregister.
Unakuta mgonjwa amelala sana kwa nyumba akiwa mgonjwa, na ukijaribu kumuuliza kwa nini hakwenda kutafuta matibabu, wengi wanasema kwamba hawana means of transport ya kwenda kutafuta matibabu kwa hospitali. Hawana pesa ya kulipa pikipiki ama gari waende kupokea matibabu.
And the common diseases here are like a cold because we are in winter, also a lot of back pain and also chest pain. These are the most common things we're watching. And also like injuries, infected injuries. These are like just the common things.
Kwa msaada hii ambayo imetolewa, sisi tunashukuru sana kama jamii ya hapa. Tumeshukuru sana. Najua sasa hii kitu hata ilikuwa mbalimbali, ilikuwa Mara, na mwingine labda ilikuwa Kisima, na hapa ni mbali bado ni Kisima.
Stakeholders in the health sector are calling for increased government investment in women's health to address gaps in access to essential services as part of efforts to achieving universal health coverage. This follows a survey by health lobby White Ribbon Alliance, WRA Kenya, which revealed deep concerns over poor healthcare delivery, discriminatory practices, inadequate emergency referral system, and widespread disrespect in maternity care. Now, speaking during the release of the findings, the survey, which was conducted in 44 counties involving 97,000 women and girls, the stakeholders led by Angela Ngukus and Stephen Mwatha noted that without significant policy shift and adequate funding, progress towards universal health coverage risk leaving many women behind.
This report in our lifetime is a diagnosis to the system. It is basically really laying bare the truth and the reality that whatever is being offered by the supply, what I call the supply side of the care, the practitioners, the programmers, policymakers and funders, and what women are asking for are worlds apart.
So part of the acting component, and this is based on the listening that we have had, is enhancing the diagnostic, because one of the few things that they highlighted, there are not enough diagnostic components, and especially from raising a lot of awareness within the chronic health space.
I call upon the partners, I call upon the NGOs that they come in together and support these responses of the healthcare and self-health care of all women around the world.
And now welcome to the world of business. After more than 3 years of non-activity, the James Gishuru Rironi Highway is roaring back to life. Today, men and machines are busy on site laying fresh tar on the busy highway, which stalled in 2022 due to lack of funds. The project being constructed by China Wuyi is expected to ease trade and commerce along the 18-kilometer busy stretch. As our reporter Khalid Abdullah reports, the residents along the highway have welcomed the construction of the highway, saying it will improve the road safety, reduce traffic jam, and open up the area for further development.
Since conception in 2017, the expansion of James Gishuru-Rironi Highway has faced a myriad of problems, with the World Bank withdrawing its funding in 2019, accusing the government of delays in its relocation plan. The Washington-based lender was financing the project to the tune of 80%, while the exchequer was to meet the 20% balance. However, lack of funds forced the Chinwuyi company to abandon the project midway in 2022, leaving many sections of the busy highway with a dug-up soil, barricaded roads and incomplete overpasses.
Kukinyesha tumekuwa na changamoto, hakuna huwezi pita hapa, hata magari zilikuwa zinazima hapa. Wasikue tu wamekuja tu wagonga kidogo alafu waende.
Maendeleo yani tukisafiri ilikuwa kadem, maji ilikuwa inakuja inasimama pale, so kusafirisha mizigo zetu na kuwaisha.
But since January, the section now is a major construction site with hundreds of workers on site competing with heavy machinery for work. Residents who for years have suffered due to many traffic accidents and endless traffic jams are upbeat that their lives are now headed for the better once construction is finished.
Hadi zilikuwa zinakuja zinaingia maji hapa na zingine zinaenda, ukitoka na ndeli unaenda kuchukua barabara pale ndio uingie highway. Sababu hapa ungeweza kutoka hapa, At
least kukitengenezwa inaweza kuwa the better, because utakuwa ukipita bila kungangana, hakuna mambo ya kuogopa. Yes, that I believe katika hali ya usalama ni vizuri, at least kutakuwa na maendeleo.
The delayed construction of 9 planned underpasses had turned daily commutes into a life-threatening gamble, with no safe crossings. Residents were forced to use dangerous makeshift parts. Businesses near the highway reported reduced customer flow, while traders, border riders and transporters counted daily losses in breakdowns and delays. They are now optimistic that with every dawn of a new day, better days beckon.
Story prepared by Khalid Abdullah and voiced by Aaron. Elsewhere, 6 million Kenyans filed nil returns for the year ending December 2024. The Kenya Revenue Authority says out of the 21 million KRA PINs registered, only 10.5 million filed returns, meaning only 4.5 million Kenyans pay taxes. Kenya Revenue Authority Chairman Dirito Murithi says the taxman is implementing new tax-based expansion mechanisms that leverages technology to streamline the tax process. In the financial year 2024-2025, KRA collected exceeded its revenue target by 6.8%, netting 2.571 trillion shillings.
The question, how are you surviving actually? So our effort is to reach out to these 6 million, as well as convert the non-filers into active. That effort is primarily driven by technology, that we want to rely more and more on technology to be able to make it least cost as possible for you to meet your tax obligations.
The government has stopped all saving and credit cooperative societies from investing in non-core businesses until appropriate regulations and supervision are put in place. Appearing before the Senate Cooperatives Cabinet Secretary Wycliffe Oparanya says audits show that investment in non-core businesses are among decisions that have plunged the sector into financial turmoil.
Sacco, Societies Regulatory Authority, SASRA, has an annual operating deficit of 300 million shillings despite collecting 800 million shillings annually from Saccos. Cooperatives Cabinet Secretary Wycliffe Oparanya says the regulatory body is struggling to oversight Saccos due to financial challenges, saying most levies collected by SASRA is diverted to the National Treasury.
We are saying that levy collected from Saccos for supervision purposes should be kept by SASRA.
In a raft of measures, the government has also stopped Saccos from investing in non-core businesses until proper regulatory frameworks are put in place.
What the minister has done has also issued a circular to all Saccos to ensure that all Saccos do not invest in non-core business, because all Saccos that have come up with the construction of buildings have gone bust.
Senate has been encouraged to pass the Sacco bill that will criminalize late deduction remittance by employers.
Please address this issue of governance within the cooperative movement, so that, and then the question of supervision, so that, and the question of deduction of members' dues.
Oparanya has ruled out proposals to bail out struggling Saccos, advising Saccos to liquidate their assets to compensate their members and stay afloat. Benson Drioba reporting for Lunchtime News.
Poultry farmers in Busia County are betting on improved free-range chickens to boost eggs and poultry production. The county's Department of Agriculture and Kenya Livestock Commercialization Project have started the distribution of chicks to over 2,000 households to boost their income. Now, according to the Busia County Executive for Agriculture, George Mukok, the initiative aims to empower youth and women by improving their living standards in rural areas through economic revitalization projects like poultry and fish farming. Now elsewhere, welcome to the world of sport. As the 2024 Chan tournament heats up, all eyes will be on the Benjamin Mkapa Stadium in Dar es Salaam today, where two crucial matches are set to take center stage. Burkina Faso will clash with the tournament debutants, that is the Central African Republic, looking to bounce back after a 2-0 defeat to host Tanzania in their opening match. For CAR, the match marks the historic milestone as they make their first ever appearance in the African Nation Championship Chan. Later in the day, co-host Tanzania will face Mauritania on the same pitch. Tanzania will aim to maintain their winning momentum following a solid 2-0 victory over Burkina Faso. Now, meanwhile, Mauritania will be eager to secure their first win of the tournament after a 1-1 draw with Madagascar in the opening game.
Leilana sit on the edge of the area. The liner again.
Senegal claimed a vital 1-0 victory over Nigeria in a fiercely contested Group D clash at the 2024 African Nation Championship held yesterday at the Aman Stadium in Zanzibar. The breakthrough came in the 75th minute when Christian Gomez, found the back of the net, capitalizing on a lapse in the Nigerian defense. Despite relentless pressure from Nigeria in search of an equalizer, Senegal's resilient backline and the outstanding goalkeeping of Yehvan Diouf preserved the narrow lead. In another Group D match played at the same venue, Congo and Sudan shared the spoils in a 1-1 draw. Musa Ali Hussein opened the scoring for Sudan in the 29th minute, but Kalia Congo leveled for Congo with a late strike in the 86th minute.
Well, that's a photo whistle then. Gideon Nongo has lost possession. Now good run on the right side for Sudan with a perfect chance in front of the goalkeeper.
And that concludes our bulletin. Remember, all those matches at exactly 5. Burkina Faso versus Central African Republic. Those are the debutants, as well as Mauritania and Tanzania will be facing off in the Chan Games group stages games that continue. Of course, it will be held in Benjamin Mkapa Stadium. Remember, Chaniko KBC, you'll get not only the games but the pre and post analysis of those matches. You can also visit our website for more. My name is Abdiaziz Hashim, the sign language interpreter, and the bottom end of the screen is Anne Wangeshi. Good afternoon for now.
Ladies and gentlemen, the stage is set for Chan 2024. Please watch out for every thrilling goal, every breathtaking moment on our radio stations, on our TV platform, and all on our social media pages. Chan Iko KBC.
From the bliss of new beginnings to the trials of commitment, this is a celebration of resilience, passion, and the power of togetherness. Join us as we unravel real-life stories, because every journey deserves to be cherished, for better, for worse, on KBC Channel 1.
Got the fear of missing out? Want to keep up with all the latest entertainment news and latest celebrity gossip? From the latest rumors to popping events to the newest fashion trends, here is where you get all the tea or juice when it comes to entertainment, and you get it served on time. All that and so much more on Grapevine every single Monday only on KBC Channel 1. Remember, if you did not see it on Grapevine, then it most probably never happened.
And Lamin Camara with his first career goal.
Ni muda wa kuhesabu kwa ajili ya kusherekea fasili na asili ya soka barani Afrika, ligi za ndani na magwiji wasiotambulika.
Mangeni Alvin anaichanja ndani uzuri, David!
Michuano ya CAF ya mataifa ya Afrika 2024 ni njia ya kuzindua kupanua mtandao wa wachezaji ulimwenguni. Timu itakayoshinda itazawadiwa dola za Marekani milioni 3.5 pamoja na kujivunia kulinyanyua kombe hilo. Pata manufaa zaidi kutoka kwa Chan 2024 mubashara na kipute cha kipekee kwenye runinga ya KBC Channel 1, mwenzio wa dhati michezoni.
The statistics for Senegal and Nigeria are really favorable. Here comes Congo with a chance for a left foot shot. Here it is there! They change the statistics here. A lovely goal by Coach Barthelemy suddenly regains his composure. The first attempt was going to come from Japhet Manku, but he delayed with that turn, didn't put his left foot into it. That clearance lands onto the feet of Kali Ekongo Ladu. The Congo does not make a mistake with it. It's 1-1.
Back your favorite team as they battle for glory in the Total Energies CAF African Nations Championship 2024, right here on home soil.
anticipating what will be a palpable fixture. The players emerge from the tunnel, led by the referee Adalbert Diop.
The Uganda Cranes are world class by the Deserter Foxes of Algeria in the opening Group C match at the Nelson Mandela National Stadium to lose 3-0 in front of their fans, who included the First Lady. They took the lead in the 36th minute through Ayub Gezala and doubled their lead in the 76th minute thanks to Abdirahmane Meziane before Sofiane Yazid put the results beyond doubt in a masterclass performance that left the Cranes perturbed.
And the millions all across the country will unite together, supplicate to the deities above, and hope that it's just enough to give them an edge over what arguably is one of the most elite teams they'll get to face off with in the group stages of the CHAN tournament. Kick-off, Uganda in the yellow and black, while the all-white is the reserve of the Desert Foxes as they get the game underway. Quick clearance here from Roger Storach. A speedy intercept anticipated here by Algeria. Streaking forward, Abdirahman Zanin trying to cross the ball, just couldn't get it past his marker. And they do have a corner for their troubles. Corner kick. 10 minutes left to play in the first half of normal time. Uganda will have their defenders and their midfield having to earn their pay here. It's all hands on deck, keeping a tight, neat pack. Ball whipped in, near post, and it's in! Into the back of the net. Ayub Gezala, the captain, puts the Ugandans to the sword, and an unholy silence descends on the Mandela National Stadium. They went to sleep. The lapse in concentration was there for all to see. And the captain, Ayub Gezala, ghosting in and plants the ball firmly to the back of the net. Little excitement on that bench. It's business as usual. And the Foxes put themselves to the front. There was dreadful defending from the Ugandans. Poor communication on the near post. Two players coming to attack the ball, none committing. In the end, Gezala committing to the move, continuing to chase the ball, and got the right reward, planting that ball to the back of the net. Algeria 1, Uganda 0. Well, not much Joe Mutakuwa could do in that situation. His team was beaten, and Molivier Kwaso urging his team to stay switched on. We'll talk about throwing a cat among the pigeons up front. Mohamed Reda, Zakaria, cut back. This could be the opportunity. Mutakuwa serves. Ball cleared, but not too far off. Algeria still within the moment, setting it up, still unmarked with an opportunity. Slices it into the back of the net. Sheer precision. Plunges that in. Abdelrahman Maizin Benta was afforded way too much space. Acres of space. The first attempt was the warning. Uganda Cranes did not heed. The second had them punished. And it's 2 to the good for the Desert Foxes of Algeria. Well, it's always the danger when you're trailing and you're on ascendance. The momentum is to try and go forward and try to pile the pressure on. As a result, that defense went shaky. The clearance was poor. And just dropping back into the right space. Abdelrahman picking his spot. a throng of Ugandan players and none able to put in a foot to stop him. Unstoppable. Algeria 2, Uganda 0. Questions will be asked of that defense. Defensive midfield is giving him quite a bit of space here to ghost in and operate at will. Just a little too much here. Just a rush of those that was suspect, and now a case of cramps for the skipper Ayub Gezala, captain of the team, signaling the referee that he does not need to be taken off for Molebiekwa. So tough times and anxiety. First Lady will probably now have to go. First Lady will now have to go into prayer. Ghana Cranes will need something extra special. For lack of a better word, a real miracle if they're to get back into this one. Could start now. Alan Okello, easily dispossessed. Stoic, astute, and now turning defense into attack. Thriving out onto the flank. Bilal sets the ball in, dribbles past the goalkeeper. It's 3 to the good. Total domination. Annihilation complete. Hot knife through butter. And Algeria are romping to a solid lead. The biggest scoreline as yet in the CHAN 2024 tournament. And it's the hosts Uganda that are looking right down the barrel of a loaded gun. Clumsy in the midfield, they lost that ball. Short on numbers at the back, and now they turn it around. Skipping past one marker, teased up, and in the end, Joe Mutakubwa left to a pack of wolves. Easy as it does. Sofiane Bayazid, the substitute, gets his goal and makes the tally 3 for Algeria. Easy as it comes. Uganda committing way too many bodies forward. It's going to be a cold, somber evening here in Kampala for the Uganda Cranes. Signals of a substitution here from the technical bench of Algeria. Serun Joji plays it out to the flank. Looking to get up front. That ball just goes into touch. It's a throw-in. It won't return for the throw. It will instead be put to rest. And it's ashy faces here for the Uganda Cranes. A shake of hands between the coaches, but a very contrasting fortune for each of them. For Algeria, picking up as expected and doing all that was required of them. For Uganda, a humiliating defeat, 3-0 at the hands of Algeria.
The Silly Nationals of Guinea's young team delivered in the opening Group C match against Niger, whom they beat 1-0, thanks to their captain Mohamed Bangura, who led by example in a match that starred Alassane Bangura.
And Lamin Camara with his first career goal.
Ni muda wa kuhesabu kwa ajili ya kusherekea fasili na asili ya soka barani Afrika, ligi za ndani na magwiji wasiotambulika.
Mangeni Alvin anaichanja ndani uzuri. David!
Michuano ya CAF ya mataifa ya Afrika 2024 ni njia ya kuzindua kupanua mtandao wa wachezaji ulimwenguni. Timu itakayoshinda itazawadiwa dola za Marekani milioni 3.5 pamoja na kujivunia kulinyanyua kombe hilo. Pata manufaa zaidi kutoka kwa CHAN 2024 mubashara na kipute cha kipekee kwenye runinga ya KBC Channel 1, mwenzio wa dhati michezoni.
On behalf of all the women in football and all the women in the country, we wish to cheer the Harambee Stars all the best in their upcoming CHAN campaign. We will be there to cheer you in the stadiums, in the TV, on the screens, on the streets. Everywhere you go, we are fully behind you. Na mkumbuke CHAN iko KBC.
Action. Guinea, that's had quite its fair share of troubles getting up front to scoring this year. Now have to put those troubles behind them and try to find a way to go forward. Kickoff. Guinea in the white, while Niger themselves are out here in the white, while Guinea are in the red and yellow. It's a throw-in that gets to start off the game here. Baker Bashir Bangora turns out not. To the defense, Osman Kamara. Goal searching, easily intercepted in the midfield. Niger now in possession, twisting, turning, looking for a quick touch. Ball is intercepted. Picked up now by Guinea, who are on the attack. Through the center of the park, Dramé has support on the outside on the right, but opted to go left. Bashir plays it into the midfield. An opportunity here, slots the ball into the back of the net. But once again, it won't count. The offside sprang to sheer perfection, and the assistant referee's flag coming up. For a moment there, it looked like Guinea had carved apart the entire defense of Niger. We have another benefit of being able to look at it once again. And this is going to be a very tight call. Doesn't look like an offside on a second look. Might have the benefit of having to look at it, as the referee has a bit of communication here before the game gets to restart. There is Melki, 38 from Tunisia. The rest of the team suspended animation, suspends no more. The lead has been taken here by Guinea. Sil Nation are in the lead. Worked an extremely proficient attack and now go to celebrate with their fans on the outskirts of the perimeter. Precision, purpose, and job well done. As some very, very huge instructions there passed on by Haruna Douala. Sheer celebration. They waited long, they waited hard, and ultimately the threat in chief, the man we all knew they had to keep an eye on, Mohamed Bangora, putting his finishing prowess to good use. Just holding their line well enough, that defense totally going to sleep, allowing players to ghost in. Right place, right time. Bangora up there to finish off A move that he had started about 3 passes earlier. Slam bang into the back of the net, and now Niger have all to do to chase the game. Niger 0, Guinea 1. Thrown for Niger. Getting it in. Box area. Teasing it up. Edge of the box. Shot taken and it's blocked. And now to release a counter-attack here. Holding on to the ball. Momentarily looking to get into ascension. Abubakar Bashir has his pocket picked. And now possession for Niger. Abdul Jalil in possession. Skips away from one, and that's a free kick. Foul here. Ibrahima Sacco finding the movement of Hassane Haruna Moussa a little too elusive for him. In the end, forced to foul him right in front of the referee, and that's a free kick. Niger leaving it very late to pick up the tempo. There's a yellow card as well brandished here for the substitute Ibrahima Sacco. Applies his trade for Sportive de Koloum Association. So right at the very tail end of this game, a free kick, a set-piece opportunity here for Niger to perhaps strike very late. Referee forced to organize team here right at the edge of the box area. A bit of commotion in the box as we get to have an overhead look at the magnificent Mandela National Stadium. Crossed in, header, not on target. And offside. And that will be the final touch in this game. 90 minutes come and gone, and the referee brings a close to this one. It's a victory, a slim one, but they all count for 3 points. It guarantees them, even with that solitary goal scored by Mohamed Bangura. And for the team, Niger, disbelief at just how close that game could have easily turned out. In the end, they're left scrambling and now are rooted at the bottom of Group C, pending results that will follow through later. Full time at the Mandela National Stadium. It is Niger 0, Guinea 1. Well, a recap of the results in today's games. Earlier on, Niger managing to, well, attempt to put up a bit of resistance, but falling ultimately to Guinea by 1-0. And in the game that's just come to a conclusion, Uganda, no match for the Desert Foxes of Algeria. That gives us a precise look at how the table stands in Group C. Algeria shooting to the top with 3 points and 3 goals to their name. Guinea coming in second. South Africa yet to play a game, find themselves placed third, while Niger are second from the bottom. Uganda, a goal difference right at the very bottom.
Nataka ku-urge Kenyans wajitokeze kwa wingi wa support Harambee Stars, sababu sisi ndio host na Kenya tuna need the 12th man so that to support the boys wa perform vizuri in CHAN, and hashtag CHAN iko KBC.
Game Game ya kwanza ilikuwa poa sana, ya pili na come in. Kuna mistakes tulifanya 1, 2, 3. Unajua game ya pili tuta rectify. But the most important thing guys, endeni pale mu enjoy as a group, as a team and as individual. Tuko behind you guys, inawezekana.
Harambee Stars, we are very proud of you. Waendelee hivyo na tuko na matumaini kuwa wataenda mbali.
Kenya's first tintable waterproof in paint.
And Lamin Camara with his first career goal.
Ni muda wa kuhesabu kwa ajili ya kusherekea fasili na asili ya soka barani Afrika, ligi za ndani na magwiji wasiotambulika.
Mangeni Alvin anaichanja ndani uzuri, David!
Michuano ya CAF ya mataifa ya Afrika 2024 ni njia ya kuzindua kupanua mtandao wa wachezaji ulimwenguni. Timu itakayoshinda itazawadiwa dola za Marekani milioni 3.5 pamoja na kujivunia kulinyanyua kombe hilo. Pata manufaa zaidi kutoka kwa CHAN 2024 mubashara na kipute cha kipekee kwenye runinga ya KBC Channel 1, mwenzio wa dhati michezoni.
The statistics for Senegal and Nigeria are really favorable. Here comes Congo with a chance for a left foot shot. They change the statistics here. A lovely goal by Coach Barthélemy suddenly regains his composure. The first attempt was going to come from Japhet Manku, but he delayed with that turn, didn't put his left foot into it. That clearance lands onto the feet of Kali Ekongoladu. The Congo does not make a mistake with it. It's 1-1.
Back your favorite team as they battle for glory in the Total Energies CAF African Nations Championship 2024, right here on home soil.
Mimi nashabikia timu Kenya. Nimeona CHAN zimeanza, games zimekuwa mob. And nikiangalia saizi Harambee Stars tuliona game ya kwanza vile walicheza na DR Congo, tukajaribu tukawin 1-0, na kesho tunafeza Angola. Hapo bado mimi niko na hopes na I know we'll go beyond the group stages, na hopefully tunaweza fika hapo, tukingangana sana tunaweza fika hapo quarters ama semi-final.
And I'm rooting for Kenya. I think my prediction for tomorrow's game will be a draw or 1-0. Juu Kenya wanataka hii pesa. Hakuna mtu mwenye apendi pesa.
Ukikosa utachoma. Introducing Duracoat Aquatec Clean Shield, Kenya's first tintable waterproof in paint.
certificate and diploma level. Sensei Institute of Technology. My skills, my future.
2:30 in the PM, the time allocated for the National Assembly afternoon sitting on this 6th day of August, the year 2025. This is a live broadcast of the National Assembly proceedings, streaming from the National Assembly Chambers, Parliament Buildings in Nairobi. A broadcast that is brought to you by the Parliamentary Broadcasting Unit in partnership with the Kenya Broadcasting Corporation. A warm welcome to you, and we are glad that you are joining us for these National Assembly proceedings this afternoon. Currently on your screens, that is the National Assembly Chambers, that is inside the National Assembly Chambers. Members have already started streaming in to get ready for the business that is lined up for transaction this afternoon, and some of the priority business that they will be considering